What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video where we're going to take a look at a Tempest build that I put together. I managed to farm one, luckily enough, within about 20 runs, and I got a damage to target out of cover one because there is no blueprint in the game right now, so you can't re-roll it. You've just got to farm floor 100 in the summit, and I've got a video for that, so I'll link it as always after this video and in the comments down below. But with all that said, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Let's get straight into it. So I have got season modifiers on right now. My map is not completely taken over because I hit a retaliation late last night and then didn't do it before the timer ran out because basically I needed some sleep. So we're at 27%. We've got sanitation on. We've got the stepping stone modifier on. We've got keep out on, which is actually really good for this build as well. And then Rupert's tier. As far as changes go, I mean, you could put batter up on instead of perhaps Rupert's tier or stepping stone. But these three for this kind of run and gun build just really feel like they're the easiest to use unless you're going up against a specific faction and you want to use one of them modifiers instead. You probably already had a sneak peek at the build anyway because I have flashed it a few times. But we're going to go in on heroic, and the idea behind this really was I just didn't want to sit behind a shield, and I really just kind of wanted to run and gun. It's certainly not going to be a legendary build, that's for sure. We have got limited survivability, but we have got some built in as well. And we'll kind of see what kind of numbers we get. I haven't tried it out when it's totally maxed. We've already seen a 1.1 million crit there, which I love to see it. Some 1-2s. Obviously, remember, we'll get slightly higher against health enemies. 1.5. And a 1.8 to health there when we were at max. Stacked with the Obliterate looking like it was maxed out, as well as Hunter's Fury. If you're wondering why we are running Lincoln Memorial, well, the answer is this Reddit thread. I know I always run Lincoln Memorial way too much, but somebody noticed that the first project in my project chain for the backpack that is in the game right now, it was Lincoln Memorial. I actually specified that. We got asked what missions we would like. That was my first choice because of the lols. So I'm glad that some people finally picked up on that because, yes, it was absolutely meant to be intended. Anyway, let's move on to this next bit. We'll do sanitation in this bit and then we'll go without it in the next bit. And we'll have to make sure we use the right gun. If you've not used sanitation, it's crazy good. Because it does all the CCing you need. And just don't forget right now, obviously, as well. It helps us do damage. It helps us heal. And we're also doing that with Hunter's Fury. So we're getting a double dose. We've got speed movement as well, which is nice now from them modifiers because we killed a rusher within 10 meters. Now, do I think this is a BIS best in slot build? Nah, probably not. Is this gun a best in slot gun? Probably not. But there's Rupert's tier kicking in as well, making life a little bit easier. But I think the idea behind this is it's just meant to be a bit of fun, right? I think it's not really meant to be taken too seriously. Could it be used as a bit of a get out of jail free? Yeah, absolutely. Rupert's tier is so good. Look how they destroyed that tank. That's got to be a short or something there for that. And even a distance, like we were hitting 1.4 million there. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's just, consider it's a pistol. For a bit of a laugh, a bit of different play style, then yeah, this just works really, really, really well. So we'll start first of all with the global modifiers again. So we've got maxed out sanitation at level 5. We've got stepping stone. This one you could probably replace quite easily. It would be the one that I would replace. Because there's not really that many snipers in the game and we don't really need the hollow points. But I do like Keep Out and I do like Rupert's Tear for this. They just fit really well and make the big tanks, you know, just an absolute walk in the park, right? Really, really easy to kill. And of course, as well, what we do forget about with this as well is when this happens, you apply bleeding to the enemies within 15 meters. So we're CCing even more. I mean, not really crowd control, but you're applying a dot, you're doing more damage, as well as everything else that's going on. There's a lot going on with this build. We have got Gunner applied for that little bit of extra 10% armor on kill. And we've also got pistol damage spec'd in our specification as well. We've got the Tempest. Obviously, it's level 30 mine. I've maxed it out. But again, you could run this and you maybe drop about 1 million in damage if you've got no expertise in it whatsoever. So, you know, no, sorry, about 100k in damage with no expertise at all. You'd still crack 1.2, 1.3, no problem at all. So don't worry about that. You know, we're running heroic at the end of the day. You know, it's really nothing to worry about. Whether it's level 10, level 20 or level 30, you'll still be absolutely fine. Then get yourself a Ninja Bike backpack with, I've got a crit chance mod in mine, but essentially you can get this to exactly 60% and then 127% critical hit damage, and it works really well. Imminent Armaments, we get the 3-piece bonus because of the Ninja Bike, which gives us that 60% pistol damage, which is just huge. And then instead of running a headshot build, like we would do with a regular build or a determined pistol build or something like that, we're just going to run crit chance, crit damage everywhere. So crit chance, crit damage on the mask with a crit damage mod. The mask could be anywhere though, just as long as you've got the 3-piece Hunter's Fury in the other slots, apart from the chest and the backpack. And the reason I don't bother when where I like to run Ninja Bike with this build is because the Hunter's Fury chest and backpack talent bonuses are just not that great. And we can just get more from using something else. So it's actually kind of a perfect place and a perfect set to be using the Ninja Bike with. Then we got a chest, which I was lucky enough to have this in my stash already. I just randomly dropped it when it came out for that season. But I already had crit chance, crit damage and obliterate. So all I had to do was a bit of optimization. So, but it is a red core attribute. So this is not a terribly hard piece to craft or to farm. You should be able to pick one up pretty easily. And then 3-piece Hunter's Fury. Don't forget here as well, we also get armor on kill and health on kill, meaning the build's got 30% armor on kill, which is pretty decent for survivability. We get extra amplified damage from the Apex Predator talent, which is great. And then don't forget, we also CC them in other ways because we disorientate them from playing so up close and personal. Crit damage rolled on my gloves, crit damage rolled on my knees, and crit damage rolled on my holster. Then I use the Banshee Pulse, but you could use a Defender drone, you could use a shield, you could use whatever you want here. But like I said, I really did want it to be very run and gun. I might do another build that will hide behind the shield, but for now this is this one. And then we've got the Revive Hive just for that extra life. But yeah, that's going to be it for the video. I'll include some arm patch codes down below. If you've not managed to get one yet, this will be another chance. And I'm going to go live over on Twitch and YouTube just after I publish this video, so that you can get more chances to get some codes. I do want to do some Tempest farming with the communities, but I think matchmaking is struggling right now and it doesn't seem to be fixed, but we'll see what we can do. But with all that said, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your support on all the channels, and welcome to all the new subscribers, and I will see you in the next one. See you later, agents. Bye bye.